And repeat after me. I believe in myself. I believe in others. Others believe in me. I trust myself. I trust others. Others trust me. I attract millions in private money. And I have a millionaire mind. Give yourself an OnlyFans. For those of you all that weren't here for the last session, I just want you all to know we had church. Did we do some preaching? Had a few amens too. Y'all, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I have this opportunity to present to you this information because you all are going to be the very first people to hear about it in the world. There's only one exception to that. My platinum members, the students that come into my world and they just want me to work with them one-on-ones. My platinum students, they have been exposed to this and they use it. In fact, Buddy and Sherry Stone right here are a couple. They're one of my platinum students as well. They've been exposed to it. But in the world, let me just tell you how many people that is. That's less than 75 people in the world know about this system. So I've sort of been keeping it to myself and for my platinum members until this summit. And Ron says, Jay, I've heard you talk so much about that foreclosure system you got that gets you 25% of your business. I want you to do it at the summit. And I wasn't going to agree to do that, but Ron has more leverage than I do. And he sweetly talked me into doing it. So anyway, is that where Sweetly and Ron go together? I'm not so sure. But anyway, so what I'll be showing you here in the next 60 minutes is a system that Carol Joy and I started developing 14 years ago when we started in the real estate investing business. I wanted to find a way that I could get and find foreclosure deals before other real estate investors could find them. Because that's the secret. Who's going to get to the money and the honey first? Gets more honey. Thank you, Austin Jones. And the second thing I want to do is once I locate them, how can I get them to respond to me? Because I ain't knocking on their door. I got friends that knock on doors. I ain't knocking on the door. How can I get them to respond to me and possibly do business with me before anybody else? So that was the thinking behind this system back 14 years ago. Carol Joy developed the very important first part of it. That's the tracking system, is how we track these foreclosures, how we find them. I developed the marketing side of the leverage that gets a crazy, put your seatbelt on, 57% response rate. Bear in mind, the definition of a response, it does include vulgarity. But I still get a 57% response rate. All right? So have you ever wondered what it would be like? In fact, in North Carolina, they'll call sometimes and leave a message on Pat Live, or they will send an email, and they will say, go to Hill, H-I-L-L. They don't even know how to spell it. But we get the 57% response. Have you ever wondered what it would be like to wake up every day living your dream? Carol Joy and I have been doing it for 13 years. Because the first year I started in this business, I was shutting down the company. I'll tell you about that in a moment. How about being totally excited about your business? I'm passionate, y'all, in case you can't tell. I love this business, and let me tell you why I love this business. Because it's a win, 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 win. It's a win for the seller, particularly these people in foreclosure. They got a problem. They got a problem. and we're bringing a solution to them. That's the first win for them. The second win is the private lender that funds the deal. They get high rates of return, safely and securely. The third win is the person that's going to buy this house, and when I sell it on rent to own, I brought them a program that they didn't have any other way they could own. But rent to own now, did you know 80% of Americans cannot go to the bank and get a mortgage today? 80%! But when you advertise, you might want to write this down. This ain't got nothing to do with foreclosure, so this is just a free bonus. Do you know how I started doubling my response on getting my buyer leads? 3 years ago, I put my rent to own ads in the for rent section. Because then people don't even know they can buy. They weren't even looking to buy. They didn't think they could. I get over 300 buyer leads a month. The fourth win is, of course, us, for being the orchestra director and bringing this all together. So, how about taking a day off whenever you want to? The foreclosure business has afforded that for us as well. So, folks, welcome. You are getting ready to enter the stress-free zone. And let me tell you something. I was stressing out the last year before I got into this business. I'll tell you about that in a moment. So if you want to make money really fast, say, oh yeah! Oh yeah! All right, well, here we go. So I want you to repeat after me. J. I'm listening. All right, good job. Here we go. So I'm going to show you in the next few minutes how to make, or how I made $456,000 in 6 months in this foreclosure business. I'm going to show you how to help people and make big money doing it. Who believes us real estate investors have sometimes gotten a bad rap about what we do? Let me tell you something. It fires me up. Fires me up. Let me tell you, I ain't out and you're not out to take advantage of nobody. I am on this planet in this business to help people solve their problems. And do you know what Zig Ziglar said? If we help other people get what they want, I ain't got to worry about me. And if I'm not focusing on me, and I'm focusing on you, and I got a servant's heart, and I've got plastic in my brain, I am here to serve you, I ain't got to worry about me. And that's what this attitude is all about in real estate investing. I'm also going to show you my system to locate, buy, and sell foreclosures, all automatic. All right? So what you're about to discover is that 57% response rate that I talked about. It's 8 letters. So sequentially, when we mail these letters out, we get the 57% response. They might respond to the 3rd letter. They might respond to the 1st letter. They might respond to the 4th letter. I'll get more into that in just a moment. How I made the 6 figures in less than 6 months, and you're about to discover one of the biggest real estate opportunities ever. And let me tell you something. I've met a lot of real estate investors. I have met nobody that does the foreclosure business like we do. But you're getting ready to find out. How to work less and make more money. So I got a promise for you, 3 promises. I'm going to teach you how to find hidden foreclosures before the rest of the crowd does. How to buy a foreclosure without using your money. I'll go ahead and tell you what that is. You're either going to buy a foreclosure subject to the existing note and use private money to bring the payments current. Or if they won't say you're subject to the existing note, you're just going to use private money to fund it. All right? And so we're going to get started right now. First, let's define what is a foreclosure. All right? It depends on what state you're in as to what a foreclosure is. Because different states do it different ways. Right? So I'm going to give you every category that there could possibly be of a foreclosure. Right? And that happens to be in North Carolina, where I live. We got more categories than anybody else. Right? So some of these categories will not be in your state, but at least we've got all the categories covered. So first, let me start with what a pre-foreclosure is. People throw these terms around. Well, they in pre-foreclosure. They in foreclosure. What in the world does that mean, right? A pre-foreclosure means they are behind on their payments, but they have not been served a summons or any kind of governmental issue. All right? So in North Carolina, they are served in person, and that's the way it is in most states. Right? So pre-foreclosure, there has not been, like in North Carolina, it's called a notice of default in North Carolina. It's a notice of default. Lots of states, some states are judicial, some states are non-judicial, okay? Most states are going to be a notice of default or a summons. And some of the states will have a different term for that, but it's all the same thing, right? Pre-foreclosure, they're behind on payments. Now, step number 2, when they are served the summons or the notice of default, they are now in foreclosure. They have not been foreclosed on. They are in the foreclosure process. Okay? Which means the lender that loaned your seller the mortgage, loaned them the money, your lender has decided that they're too far, past due. They're going to go to foreclosure. So what the lender does is the lender hires a substitute trustee. What kind of trustee? A substitute trustee. A substitute trustee is a law firm. Typically, they're called foreclosure millhouses, is what they're called. That's all they do. They process hundreds and thousands of foreclosures. Right? And so the lender hires a substitute trustee to now process the foreclosure. The bank does not want to hire a substitute trustee. It's expensive to foreclose. So back to our steps. Now the owner of the property is served a summons or notice of default. Now what happens next is, in North Carolina, the next thing that happens is there's a hearing date going before the magistrate or the clerk of court, and what is determined there is the substitute trustee has to provide proof to the court that the lender has got the right to foreclose. That's the purpose of the hearing. That takes place about 6 weeks after the notice of default. Okay? Then, after the hearing, the sale is set about 4 weeks out. I'll give you a contrast to that. In the state of Georgia, or by the way, in North Carolina, there's sales all the time. In our town, they're like every Thursday. In the state of Georgia, they're the first Tuesday of each month. Okay? And you can't even go to public record and get that information until 4 weeks prior to the sale.